Welcome back to Ray Shikshan Sanstha Dada Patil Mahavidyalaya Karzat, Department of Zoology. I am Dr. Indira Patil, Associate Professor in Zoology. I am going to talk on topic host-parasite relationship. The topic for TYBSc Semester 1st, Paper 5th, Parasitology. The host-parasite relationship is also called as host specificity. This is the first part of this topic. This video is for educational purpose only. No copyright infringement. This copy belongs to rightful owner. So the topic is host-parasite relationship. That is host specificity. One of the most fundamental aspects of parasitism is the phenomenon of host specificity. It is essential for full understanding of parasitism. Thus, in between the parasite and host, there is a relationship. This relationship is called as a parasitism, and the one of the essence to study the full parasitism or full understanding of parasitism, the most fundamental aspects is the host-parasite relationship. This parasite have their specific host, and hence it is also called as a host specificity. It is also called as host specificity. The host specificity is defined as adaptability of species of parasite to a certain species group of host. That is, to particular species group of the host, there are certain species of parasites are adapted. Thus, host specificity is defined as adaptability of species, adaptation of species of parasite to a group of or to a certain species group of host. That is, for example, there are Ascaris. Ascaris lumbricoides is the species is adapted to host human being, and thus it is a specificity of this particular parasite Ascaris lumbricoides to man, isn't it? It is also defined as the phenomenon of parasites belongs being confined to certain host. That is a phenomenon of parasitism to certain host. Thus, it is defined as phenomenon of parasite being confined to certain host. According to the Nobel in 1971, the host specificity is nothing but the restriction of parasite to one or more kind of host. That is, according to the biologist Nobel in 1971, he reported that host specificity is nothing but the parasite having restriction to occur only that particular host, in one host or in particular two host. Thus here, this is the restriction of parasite to host, that particular host. In other host, that parasite cannot survive, isn't it? That is, this is nothing but the host specificity. Like all living organisms, parasitic animals are also adapted definite environment. That is, all living animals are adapted to their particular environment. The parasites are also adapted to particular environment found in the body of host or on the body of host. For example, head loose is parasite found on the Pediculus humanus is one type of the host parasite found in on their particular host, that is man is the host for the Pediculus humanus, or for Ascaris lumbricoides man is the host, and thus environment of this parasite for Hedus is the hairs on human body, and environment for the Ascaris is nothing but the digestive system of the human being, that is alimentary canal of human being. In this way, this parasite having their own environment, like the other living organism, other free living organism. Okay, the host itself is the environment for parasite. The host is the environment for parasite which lives in it, and hence parasite is adapted to that host. It is specific to its host. That is a environment of the parasite is specific to its host. Therefore, specificity is one of the basic principle in parasitology. This host specificity is the basic principle in parasitology. That is, when we deal with parasitology, this is one of the important terms. The host specificity or host parasite relationship is one of the important aspects we have to learn. The degree of specificity differs from species to species. That is, degree of that parasitism or degree of host parasite relationship or host specificity is different from parasite to parasite, or it is also different from host to host. The host of the parasite is determined by three important factors. That is, three important factors are important to determine the host parasite relationship. That is, a parasite requires suitable conditions for reaching to the host. That is, parasite first has to transfer up to the host. That is, reach up to the host, and for that, um, it is suitable conditions are available to reach up to the host for the parasite. And transmission of the parasite from one host to another host. That is, suitable conditions are so important are required to transmission of parasite from one host to another host. That is another. Again, I am taking same example. That is the uh, head loose. Head loose is transferred from one man to another man, but there are suitable conditions should be available to reach up to the one host, then transfer from one host to another host. It should have ability who establish in a host. That is, to establish in host, the parasite should have ability. This parasite should have ability to establish in a host. That is, finally parasite establish in host body. For that, they, it should have ability, or this condition should be present in host body. Thus, favorable conditions should present in the body of host for growth and reproduction of parasite. Thus, once the parasite reach up to the host, then favorable conditions should be available for the parasite to reproduce, or first to grow and then reproduction in host body. Thus, favorable conditions are required in host body or on the host body. These are the this is the main important condition should available for the parasite. And this again this same example we can study, that is a head loose is once reach up to the host body, it has ability to establish in host body. Then this growth of the that parasite on host body is possible, and then there is a reproduction of parasite is possible on the host body, or in case of Ascaris in the host body. Okay, thus every parasite has at least one species of host. Every parasite has at least one species of host. That is, a minimum one host is required for the parasite for their part of life or their total life. And thus, sometimes many species of the host in which the suitable required conditions are available to the parasite. That is, many species also require uh, of the host for some parasites, and these are suitable. These are required conditions are available. Thus, required conditions are available to the parasite to complete their total life cycle. In case of some parasite, require the two host. That is, in which one host it complete the sexual life cycle. In another host, it complete the sexual life cycle. Thus, these two life cycle alternately can complete in both host of the parasite of that parasite. Or in case of one host parasite, there is a all these life cycle or part of life cycle can be complete in or on the body of host. For example, The earthworms are not infected to man. The earthworms are not infected to man, and entamoeba and ascaris are infected to man. Thus here, this particular species of the host is required. The for this man is not a host of earthworm in another word. Or uh, here, man is host for the entamoeba as well as ascaris. Thus, entamoeba and ascaris infective to man. The earthworm is not infective to man. Parasites structurally, biochemically, and physiologically uh, adapted to its host. Thus, the parasite structurally, biochemically, and physiologically adapted to host. In one direction, successfully to enter the host like man, and the mechanism which control it. That is the basis of the host specificity. Thus, here on one direction, the parasite successfully enter to host. That is, if there are structural, biochemical, and physiological conditions to which parasite is adapted are available in host. Thus, parasite structurally adapted to host, biochemically adapted to host, and physiologically adapted to host. In one direction, successfully this parasite enter in host because of these all conditions, structural, biochemical, and physiological conditions for attachment to host body or to complete their biochemical or metabolic reaction as well as physiological conditions in host body. These are available in host body. Thus here the mechanism which control it, that is the basis of the host specificity. Because of all these conditions are available in host body, the parasite is specific to that specific host and it is called as a host specificity. Thus, the host specificity is divided into three types: the structural host specificity, physiological host specificity, as well as some other host specificity. But basically, structural and physiological host specificities are there, ecological host specificity is there, then ethological host specificity is there, tissue specificity is there. Thus, this condition available to parasite in host body. The successfully to parasitize a single host, a single host. The parasite must be so highly specialized in one direction that it is thereby prevented from increasing its host range. That is here, in case of parasite, those having a single host, the parasite must be so highly specialized. It is highly specialized. When some parasites are adapted to more than one host, then there is no highly specialization, highly specificity of the parasite to host. If there is only one host is there, the parasite is highly specialized, so highly specialized, and in only one direction is there, and because of that there is no more host range, thus prevented from increasing its host range. And thus, if this parasite having one host or parasite having two hosts, then there on that the host ranges depend, or highly specialized or more host range will depend on these conditions. Either one host is there, two hosts is there, two hosts are there, or more than two hosts may be there. The specificity can be categorized into different types. Mainly there are three types: structural specificity, physiological specificity, and ecological specificity. The specificity can be categorized into different types, and these types are depends on structure of the parasite as well as some structures of the host also, and physiological conditions. We have to, that is parasite have to complete their physiology, body physiology according to the physiological conditions available in host body. Then ecological specificity. Ecological specificity is additional factor or additional condition is required for the parasite to reach up to the host body. Thus here structural specificity, physiological specificity and ecological specificity are the three types of host specificity for the parasite. First about the structural specificity. Here the examples are given, that is the posterior sucker of the leech, and another example, that is here anterior sucker and sucker and hook, sucker and hooks of the uh, that is the squalex region of the tapeworm, that is the body of tapeworm and their anterior part having a squalex. The squalex is mainly useful for to attach and to bite. The hooks are useful and to suck, at the same time to suck the juice or body fluid or the um, blood from the host uh, body, host body or host tissue. Okay, in this way, the structural specificity is the because of particular structure of the parasite and particular structure of the host. Here, structural specificity or morphological adaptation of parasite to its host is called as structural or morphological specificity. It is also called as morphological specificity. That is, structurally parasite is adapted to host tissues or host body, isn't it? Thus, it has been shown that specificity is a result of extensive specialization of parasite to one host. Specificity is the result of extensive specialization of parasite. These are the extensive specialization of parasite to particular host, that is the intestinal mucosa of the human being or intestinal mucosa of the pig, as well as beef or cattle's, or there is a skin of the host man and other domestic animal. This way, uh, it has been shown that specificity is a result of extensive specialization of parasite to host, one host. For other host, it is lost. That is, that specificity is it is applicable only for one host. That specificity of parasite is not applicable to another host, and thus the specificity is a highly specialization or extensive specialization between the parasite to host. Um, here, for and that specificity is not occur in other types of host. The single morphological characteristics of the parasite then become limiting factor for the host range. That is, because of that, there is a limitation to various types of the host. Because the single morphological characteristics of the parasite, and this parasite can suck their food only from particular type of the host because of that particular structure of the host body. For example, skin of the host body or the intestinal villi of the host. Here one example is given. An example of such structural limiting factor is leech Helobdella. The leech Helobdella soli. It is a type of one of the species of leech, Helobdella soli. The posterior sucker of leech is adapted in shape and size, that is tinoid scale of the flatfish. The posterior sucker of leech of the that Helobdella soli, leech Helobdella soli, is adapted in shape. That is, their shape is adapted and size is adapted to size and shape of the tinoid scale of the flatfish. The tinoid scale of the flatfish of genus Soli, and hence the name of that leech is the Soli. That particular flatfish, Soli, uh, having tinoid scale, and the shape of that uh, tinoid scale of that flatfish or that soli fish is suitable for to suck the blood uh, to Helobdella soli. This Helobdella soli and their posterior sucker is can attach to that ctenoid scales. Thus here, it is therefore unable to attach other fish species. The structure of sucker of many tapeworm had also been shown to be closely correlated with the villus structure of the host intestine. The structure of sucker of many tapeworms Many tapeworms had also been shown to be closely correlated with a villi structure of the host intestine. This is villi structure of the man, the structure of the man intestine, as well as uh, pig intestine, as well as cattle intestine. It is suitable for the particular type of the tapeworm species only. Isn't it? Thus, this is about the structural specificity. That is, with the help of this example, the Heloptera soli, their posterior sucker, and size of the tenoid scale of the flatfish. It is one example. Another, the sucker of the tapeworm and their hooks are also, and phyla structure, that is villi of inner lining of intestine. That is, it is intestinal parasite. Tapeworm is intestinal parasite. The tapeworm, Tinea solium and Tinea saginata. These are the two tapeworm species are particularly adapted to host, that is a man and pig and cattle. Thank you very much. The remaining part of this uh, types of host specificity will be in next lecture. And thus here, these are the links used for images used in this video. And also use the textbook of FYPSC Zoology, Medical Parasitology by Dr. Kishore Pawar, Nirali publication. Thank you very much.